Bonjour, my majestuous peacocks. Hope you're doing well. This is Lya Pouleyy, your wellness creative coach, and welcome to BRL episode number 9. So today we're having a special guest from UK, Birmingham. Her name is Sam. She's a creative woman. I should say a very creative woman. I met her during one of my art healing sessions. She was such an amazing client, and then we started to chat and she wanted to share her life experience with you guys. So welcome to Sam.
Hello everyone in States and United Kingdom and around the world, whoever is on Lya's channel watching and listening. So my name is Sam, and as Lya has already introduced me, I'd like to thank Lya firstly for giving me this opportunity to speak out and empower me as a woman to go through my journey and struggles that helped me find myself and rediscover myself again. So now I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I was born and bred in Karachi in Pakistan. I belong to a very open-minded family where my parents always encouraged me to evolve, grow as a person, and pursue my artistic dreams. Whilst completing my college, a Prince Charming, like the fairy tale, came along into my life and swept me off my feet, and we decided to get married. At the age of 19 years, I moved to England. Firstly, a few years of married life, we traveled a lot. I continued my studies in art, graduated from a local university in Birmingham in interior design. And soon after graduation, my world turned upside down. My husband had a sudden blackout collapse, and the doctors discovered he has a very rare genetic heart condition. Sorry about the background, I'm sitting at a lovely cafe. Life completely changed for me, and then from then on, from a pampered, loved wife, I had to switch the role to a carer, nurse, and somebody who's always watching out for her husband, his needs. There were a lot of visits to the hospital, him undergoing various heart procedures. We thought we won't be able to conceive because of all the medication he was on. But thank God, to our surprise, I fell pregnant. And 7 years after marriage, I had my first child, a beautiful baby girl. At that point, my mother-in-law was still alive, and very kind lady, very hands-on, was a very good child-minder to my daughter. Hence, I decided to work. So her husband's health was still in a bad way. Obviously, a child had come into our life, but I started teaching art and design to various schools and institutions, and also got involved in supporting special needs, Down syndrome, and anger management pupils. It was extremely satisfying and rewarding in many ways. I became the head of art at my school, in charge of art GCSE exams. Went out to a lot of creative residential trips with my students. While still being a devoted wife, a mother, I had a lovely career. My daughter was 5 years old when we discovered my mother-in-law got last stage of cancer and didn't survive for too long after. At that point, I was pregnant again. We didn't have my family around, and husband's ill health. I didn't have a choice but to leave my career. My mother-in-law's cancer and visits to her hospice where she passed away, Marie Curie, inspired me to do something when I left my work. So I started organizing events for women in aid of raising money for Marie Curie Hospice. We had different business stalls at these events, like arts and crafts and fashion, music, food. and various activities. At each event, we had about 400 women raising money for cancer patients through ticket sales, auctions, and fundraising. We were able to introduce the first halal food menu, first time at Marie Curie Cancer Care, and it was a very proud moment for me.
Oh, yes.
Soon after, my second daughter came to this world, and God had other plans for me. She was born with a delayed development, with weak muscles and a floppy baby. She had to go through a lot of physiotherapies, speech therapies, and had education intervention. She had to go through, clinical chairs most of the time to be fed and help her posture. It was a very challenging time as a mother. And I had to cope with it all by myself. I didn't give up. Took her everywhere possible to help her develop her strength, her willpower, and physical abilities. She was a survivor and soon grew up out of her condition, grew out and needed no more inclusion at school. I guess fighting my family's battles have become a part of me and my survival. Due to circumstances and pressures, my marriage was changed. It was all about me managing the house and looking after everyone's needs and getting on with all the chores, smiling and never asking for help. My husband had changed a lot as a person, and he was no longer a loving and caring husband towards me.
I'm sorry.
No. Physically, he often preferred not getting close, as often he felt tired and stopped expressing his feelings. It was exhausting, seeking attention from him. I found myself going alone on trips with the girls, keeping them busy up and down the motorway. It was like being a robot. I had to keep on going without any help. It's only recently when an incident shocked me and opened my eyes. As my elder daughter is stepping into her teens, I saw her started to show me disrespect, and her father cheering her up, putting up with it, almost feeling sympathetic towards her and no empathy towards me.
Oh, no.
We often had different parental upbringing, argument, where I wanted them to show me respect, and he gave up on disciplining. I felt very hurt and exhausted and almost betrayed as I worked so hard in loving, caring, and keeping my family together. I decided to make a change. I looked into how to make them realize their mother and his wife is worth and the importance of my respect. I stopped talking to them. That's the first thing I did. Stop looking after them like I would normally carry out all the general chores of the house. And of course, still caring for my younger daughter, but not for my husband and my elder daughter. I had to teach them a lesson. So nothing in life should be taken for granted. Even if that meant their rooms looked like filth, they were physically capable, so wanted them to take responsibility of looking after themselves and, in effect, looking out for me. So the first thing I did, the second thing, I enrolled myself to various online webinars to brush up on my artistic skills and stimulate my mind. And that's how I found this lovely lady, Lya, for an art therapy session. I'm so glad. Strong believer in faith and how God gets people together. She inspired me to produce this work, and she can be sharing the picture with you later. And we're looking at different chakras of the body and your positive side and your negative side and all the colors to do with it. And it really helped me and was very inspiring for me. I also, with the help of a lovely friend who also became my life coach, revamped my CV and applied to various art galleries. I've been offered to join various art therapy volunteer programs during COVID to help people heal. And I was really, really amazed and really happy to hear that. I'm also preparing my solo art exhibition in November at a local art gallery, and I've decided to name my exhibition Healing in COVID. Again, Lee, I can share the pictures with you of one of my first pieces for this exhibition. It's a work in progress. I shared my story with Lya, and here I am on air on a podcast sharing my story with you all lovely people. Hey, hey.
Yes.
Yeah. So, most importantly, things have changed at home, and family members have started taking ownership of their duties and responsibilities. They're not big changes, but there's still not communication between us as a couple. But sometimes one has to take steps to gain little things in life. He's contributing actively towards the house, and actually, there's no negative atmosphere at home. All this development took place in 3 weeks, which is a very short time compared to the 22 years that I have spent in this marriage, because I learned to value myself again. I would like to read an extract from this book. Again, I'll send details to Lya about this book. And it also applies to COVID nowadays and people who are going in seclusion. If applied with a correct understanding, isolation can be most beneficial. I have not seen or heard of anything that brings repose or honor and dignity as much as seclusion does. In seclusion, one's mind develops and your views are ripened, your heart finds repose, a person finds himself to be in an ideal atmosphere and see their creative side. So don't be sad, for sadness will weaken your determination and the quality of your worship in whatever form you're doing it. Don't be sad, for sadness, grief, and anxiety are the roots of mental problems, sources of stress. You can lighten the load of your anxiety by giving others, doing well, and being productive. That's it, really. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your incredible story, your true inspiration. And thank you so much for sharing, because this is not easy. And as you said, that's your very first interview on the podcast, and you did it just perfectly.
Oh, thank you so much again to you, Lya.
You're very welcome. And when is your exhibition exactly?
So I don't know the date exact because, with the COVID, everything, all the rules and regulations keep on changing. So she needs to give me the date for the exhibition, but it's somewhere in November.
In Birmingham, UK, right?
Yes, in Birmingham.
Yes, so I will share with people the information whenever I have it. And if... are you gonna have also like maybe an online tour, or is just gonna be in person? Like that we can invite people from Birmingham, of course, but maybe if after there is a website or something, I can definitely share the links with people in general who go to check your website.
That's fantastic. What I can do is I can send you the link of the actual art gallery, and they are on Instagram as well. So when the exhibition's about to happen, they usually send a link out, and we can take it from there. On the actual exhibition, I can make a live video as well.
That would be amazing.
Fantastic. I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, us too. Me too, and us too for sure.
Fantastic. And I think especially it was ironic when you said it was such a coincidence when you said that you're doing a similar exhibition as well. So I'm really looking forward to seeing your work.
Yes, because that's true. I'm also working on an art project due to COVID, but same because of the regulations, and I'm not sure, but I feel like it's more drastic here, so I have no idea of when I'm going to be able to take it. But
Yeah,
the good
yeah,
thing is
that's the
that,
thing.
yeah, the longer it takes, the more time I have to produce even more art pieces.
Yeah, yeah. Fantastic. I
I'm
think every artist works in their own different way. I think for me, I think whatever I'm feeling right now, if I just kind of create it suddenly on the spot, it helps me to express my feelings more appropriately.
yeah.
But I think for me, I work quite well on um, you know, um, short-term projects.
Sometimes I can be like that. I like to work
Yeah,
on short-term project, but I also try to have more discipline and patience and work on longer project. But they
yeah.
take so long, you just want it done, and it's just taking forever. But it is what it is.
Yeah, yeah. But like you said, it teaches you that kind of like a patience at work, which is a key skill as well, really.
True, very true. I think it turned out pretty well. Thank you so much, Sam, for your time. Thank you so much for sharing your experience, your story. And as I said, you are just an empowering woman. I just love that. And once again,
Thank you.
your true living experience that art can really help you facing a lot of terrible bad situations. Like art heals, helps to heal, and that's just amazing. And I'm really looking forward to see you growing art-wise and to be the amazing artist that you really want to be. I just can't wait to see you like booming. I know it's just gonna be an amazing time.
Thank you, sweetheart. Please keep me in your thoughts and prayers.
For sure.
Oh, fantastic. Lovely. And thank you for becoming a friend. And I hope that we always keep in touch.
Definitely we will. Definitely, yes, for sure. You are
Take care. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a beautiful day.
I will do. You too, sweetheart.
Thank you. Take care.
Take care. Bye.
Bye. I hope you enjoyed Sam's story and that her story inspired you. So that's all for us today. That's all for me today. I wish you a very good day, a very good week. Please don't forget to share, to comment. It really helps the channel. Give some thumbs up, subscribe, and I see you very soon. Take care of yourself, drink some water, stay positive and healthy, raise your vibrations, keep your energy up, and I see you soon. Bye.